Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Howling into the Void. Tonight, well, I'll be honest, I feel like crap. I've been sick for the past week, but we have our friend Wrestling, as always. And tonight we're joined by a familiar face, your friend, my friend, everybody's friend. We have Olav over in the corner, so let's go check on them and see how they're doing, shall we? Hello, everybody. How are we tonight?
Doing all right.
I'm doing well.
So I figured tonight we can just take it easy, have some fun, discuss whatever it is we decide we want to discuss, but play little cards against if everybody's up for it.
So not quite in character, but...
Oh, we could absolutely do it in character if you wish. I can't do Skeletor tonight.
I'll do Skeletor.
Okay. Olav, do you have anybody that you would wish to play?
Not really, no.
Now, if it was cards against Gallifrey, which is why I was thinking we were doing in character, but... we all know I'm going to be Jamie.
To be fair, I would have no idea how to play cards against Gallifrey, let alone in character. Are we doing webcams tonight? You guys feel like webcams?
I wasn't planning on it.
Neither.
I have not planned.
Okay, no webcams tonight. Sounds good to me.
So Nightkind and I had suggested something, and she'll be along in a few.
Okay, let me go ahead and pop a game link over to the Skulk.
Okay, yeah, Nightkind and I had thought about talking the WoW 20th anniversary coming up.
Okay, yeah, you guys can do that.
And alternative one, when did everyone start watching Star Trek? And follow-up, do you still watch Star Trek?
Screw the anti-stream snipe. Everybody can see my cards. See if I care.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. As far as Star Trek goes, I started watching Next Generation when I was around 6, maybe 7. I was a youngin'.
I think I think my original, when I started watching Star Trek, was reruns of the original series and the animated series that they had.
If we're talking regularly watching, it was TNG. If we're talking caught now and then, it was when I was in grade school, and that would be first the original and second TAS during the brief time it was on Nickelodeon. I would occasionally catch it, but I wasn't aiming for it at the time.
Makes sense.
I distinctly remember an episode where they're on a paradise computerized world and it opens up with them running into Alice from Alice in Wonderland. I think Star Trek, the original, I just remember, besides the movies, because parents taking you to the Star Trek movies was just going to happen.
Actually, Star Trek was literally a part of my childhood. Because, I've mentioned a few times, I grew up around a theme park that I ended up working at. Or at least working inside of. I actually wasn't employed by the theme park itself, but it was Paramount's King's Dominion. And that first part is the important part. It was owned by Paramount. So when I was a kid, my parents would take me up almost all the time. And a few times I got lost, they were never afraid because they knew that I was safe because I was with the roaming group of Klingons that would patrol the park.
I mean, as patrols go,
Well, that was Mom's logic, was if you're gonna get lost with Klingons, at least we know you're safe. There were a few Ferengi, but we don't ever let our kids around the Ferengi.
too many exploitation jokes. But yeah, my regular viewing wasn't until TNG, and it was fundamentally flawed at first with regards to the original, because I thought TNG didn't happen until 30 years after. And eventually I caught enough episodes that I realized, oh, okay, it is a century between. Roughly.
I think that also just determines on which captain you like better, is which series did you come in?
I came in on TNG effectively, but Cisco is my favorite.
Well, I mean the great Picard versus Kirk debate. I personally prefer Picard just because I always liked his diplomacy better.
I have to agree, partially because when William Shatner fails to act well, they fail to cut it. Like, one of his outbursts towards the end of The Trouble with Tribbles, it's just like, why would Kirk scream like that at everyone in his bridge? Seemingly out of nowhere. And everyone just treats it as normal.
I'd say Picard's diplomacy style very much influenced my diplomacy style, like in real life, because I am very much I'll be nice right up until the time it's not to be nice, and then you find out, I've been watching you the entire time.
Oh Jesus! Speaking of the Cards Against Humanity,
Oh?
I just saw an article. They are suing Elon Musk and SpaceX for $15 million.
Jesus. For what?
Apparently, they bought a plot of land on the U.S.-Mexico border to stop Trump's build the wall bullshit.
They did?
And this year, Elon Musk fucked that land up with gravel, tractors, and space garbage. So they're suing.
Well, they have legitimate grounds. That's one thing I love about Cards Against Humanity. They are absolute mad lads, but they usually have really good reasons for what they're doing.
Yeah, apparently they were building some SpaceX thing nearby and figured they could just dump their stuff over on somebody else's land.
Probably because Cards Against didn't actually put anything on it. Like, they didn't even put a sign that said, this is owned by. So, like, you know, they probably figured it was just empty land.
I mean, knowing Elon Musk and his style, he's probably just said, hey, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, I can afford it.
It's you know, if there's nothing up there, then yeah, who gives a shit?
Well, Muskie Husky, we give a shit.
Side note, I've still put off going through and binging everything of Lower Decks that got posted by Paramount. I'm also not seeing Agatha all along yet.
I refuse to see that.
Why do you refuse to see that?
Well, mostly because I also haven't seen any of Scarlet Witch and Vision, so...
Okay.
Okay, that
makes sense.
yeah.
Speaking of which, has everybody caught up with their relevant nerd cultures?
I don't know.
Movies and such?
I am so far behind.
Imagine if we had a list for asking, just like, 3/4 is not C.
Look, I just barely unlocked the Earthen in World of Warcraft. I still need to get a class other than my main DPS to 100 in Final Fantasy XIV. I have Baldur's Gate 3. I have yet to get past anything.
Have you gotten off the Nodloid ship yet?
Yes, I crashed the ship successfully.
Good job. I need to start a vanilla game. I modded my main game, and although I'm enjoying it, and I got to Act 2, I feel unfulfilled because I'm like, is the game gonna be this easy? Because, like, I'm level 6 and in Act 2, and that doesn't feel right.
I then need to get in some experience on Street Fighter 6 while it is still relatively new. And to be honest, if we weren't doing cards, I would probably be suggesting something like that. Although I don't know, I might be the only person here with 6.
I don't have 6.
Yeah. I generally don't go in for fighting games, so.
Yeah, like I said, if Nightkind and Argos don't want to show up, and if Gamers doesn't show up, and we feel like we're not going to play cards, I can do a quick and messy add-on of Baldur's Gate, and we can just screw around on that if we want, but otherwise I'm good with cards just because it lets us let out our little mischievous goblins.
Cards is nice and accessible for everyone because if Nightkind comes in, she does not have BG3.
Indeed. In fact, why haven't I thought of it? I forgot to put...
I've promised I will build the
Nightkind.
relevant computer.
What do you mean, can you still join? Of course you can still
Yes.
join.
Come in.
Join us. Have fun. I think I'm going to
I will send the link.
carry the tradition. And we're just going to post a link in YouTube chat for anybody who wants to join us. Okay, my artist has gotten their $90.
Ruby.
I figured it was Halloween. I need something Halloween themed for myself.
Oh, I need to actually join the page for this.
Well, yes, that would be a good thing.
In an ideal world, where's the link? Trying to remember.
Well, there's this little channel in the Discord called the Skulk.
There it is. There we go. Oh, side note, Rufra Alpha Busa did return.
What?
The guy who does, he did If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device and now does Hunter the Parenting.
Ah.
Getting the game link to Nightkind.
How are your insults going, Lola?
Well, I've won the tournament round, so I beat God at insults.
That's an achievement.
Not really. His weakness is family, is family, and things kept popping up as like your son, your wife, your beloved aunt.
Was your son born in a barn? Oh, wait.
God has a wife?
Actually, if we're going back to the history of the God of Abraham in his original pantheon, yes. When he was a god of storms and war.
So basically, you're saying that, you know, through just about every single religion, God has cheated on.
Well, I mean, Zeus, Odin.
I mean, these are technically different gods, and remember, it's in the Hellenistic pantheon, there's a lot of cheating. Everyone except Hephaestus, I think, might be cheating.
Hephaestus doesn't cheat,
He gets cheated on.
technically. Wait. I take that back. Hades. Hades has never cheated on Persephone.
True.
Now, there is that little kerfuffle on whether or not she is willingly married to him, but there's no cheating going on.
Pomegranates aside, I choose to believe in the, I can't believe I'm saying this, the Kevin Sorbo version. I just have to divorce it from Kevin Sorbo.
Can we just pretend Kevin Sorbo doesn't exist?
But he's so fun to make fun of.
He has actually done some good things, as much as I hate to admit it.
Name one.
Mental health awareness.
I mean, that's kind of self-serving.
I was
It
about to
is.
say, on one hand, he may have done that, but on the other hand, he did also do God's Not Dead, so...
I mean, the man is very clearly not mentally sound. He is
very much not okay.
What still got me is one of the more recent stars of Pureflix is Ted McGinley. They've also got Sybil Shepherd, technically.
As long as they don't get Linnea Quigley. It's a very quiet night tonight.
It's true. And there's the wild night kind.
Yeah, I was about to say, I heard a sudden rustling. I was like, that must be nighttime.
Yeah, I always rustle before I come on. Wrestle. Anyway, yes. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
I still love how we had that comment earlier from gamers where it's like, I have 3 channels I watch, and that's Olav, Stu, and some random other channels. Like, I'd be hurt, but... We're so mean to him. Why are we so mean to him?
don't think we're that mean to him. We mostly just pick on him for being Canadian.
This is true. And never being around. I think I like Rask Nye's explanation, which is, at this point, it's just tradition.
It's true.
If we had somebody else, we'd probably pick on them. So I had an experience last week while I was in North Carolina with my employer. One of those moments where I looked at a menu as we walked into a restaurant and immediately thought, I am too fucking poor to be in this restaurant.
How long have I been muted?
A lot. You have been
Okay.
muted for a very long time.
Okay. Nightkind, did you get the link to the card game?
Evidently, no, I didn't.
Okay, I sent it direct, so it should be there if you click the link. It'll take you right to the page.
Okay, I'm hearing this incredible feedback. Everybody, I'm hearing a delayed echo.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm hearing a delayed echo.
Discord was doing this to us the other night.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I've got a Discord feeding through my headset and I'm muting my mic, so there's no way it's me.
I'm unpressed to talk at the moment.
Hey, I'm barely even talking, so.
Okay, I think I cured it.
Okay.
I think. You know, but you know me in tech.
Well, hop on into some Cards Against the Void.
Which would be.
Last link I sent.
Weird. That sounds so much like a Final Fantasy thing. I feel like we need X-Death now.
Or Zeromus.
Or Cloud of Darkness.
Shares online, static. Ta-da. New player. Yay. Player name. Let's go with that.
Yeah, walking into that restaurant, I looked at the menu and, like, it was an average of $60 to $90 for everything. And, like, my thing is, when I go to a new restaurant, I always look for the simplest thing on the menu. Because if you screw that up, I don't want to be in your restaurant. So I looked for a burger. They indeed had a burger. It was $20 for a burger. Nothing with it, just the burger. So I look
What
at the
the
side
hell?
menu and I'm like, alright, what sides do we have? Do they have fries? No. We're pretentious. So they don't have fries. They have pommes frites. So a
What?
burger and pommes frites cost me $30.
So when you say just a burger, just like meat and bun?
Oh no, it was a fully dressed burger, but I mean like burger with nothing with it.
Okay.
And in my opinion, you know, my fast food plebeian ass, a burger should never cost $20 unless I'm slaughtering the cow right there.
Did Gordon Ramsay make it for you?
No.
Wow, that's expensive.
I was actually laughing at the setup because they had their kitchen kind of set up, or like the dining room was kind of set up around the kitchen. And I'm sitting there going, okay, so I see a steam table, I see cold holding, I see your pizza oven in the back. I don't see where you're preparing seafood. That kind of concerns me. I don't see any deep fryers. Where are these pommes frites coming from?
Mankind, are you in?
Nicole-
She
I'm
is
in.
not yet.
Oh, in the game.
Right.
I'm so pretty. Okay. Join game. Invite code.
It should just be the link that we sent you.
Yes.
Sending the link through me might not have worked out.
I mean, it's in the Skulk, so you can just press that one.
True. Or we can figure out what our invite code is.
Let me see. Game link. Invite code. I shall go ahead and put that as well. Actually, I'll just send this to my kind directly. Doop. Yeah, so that was in the link that I sent, so I have no idea why I didn't just redirect it.
Weird. Game is weird.
It's worth it.
I don't think the code is in the link.
It is.
It is.
Okay, mine did not. I mean, I'm looking at the link. But
Yeah, if you look at the link, the last 4 letters,
That's
that's
invite
the
code.
invite code.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see that. Okay.
Yeah, for this one, it's WBFC.
Okay.
It seems we're posting it everywhere anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly we posted it to the live chat, so everybody's got it. All 2 people watching. Which is probably just me and Raskin. So now that Nighttime has joined us, tell us about this wonderful WoW anniversary.
She just dropped.
Did she? Okay. Here, I figured she was just being quiet.
It may be that the Discord is acting up.
Wait, doesn't she run her Discord through a browser?
No, she installed the main one.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, how about we start a game? Because she can join mid-game.
Okay.
Oh, I'm the Czar. So my black card is... Oh no! Blank! My only weakness. I expect nothing but the worst from you, gentlemen.
I'm torn between a couple here that are very, very similar.
Go with your heart. Okay, so let's see. Oh no, indentured sex servants, my only weakness. Oh no, that moment when the toilet paper rips and you end up fingering your own asshole, my own weakness. I gotta go with the indentured sex servants.
No getting around it.
Yeah, there's not.
Okay, so critics are saying that Blank is the worst film to hit theater since Blank the movie.
Okay.
There we go.
All right, critics are saying that Small Man Syndrome is the worst film to hit theaters since Taking Our Jobs, the movie. Critics are saying that All Things Divine is the worst film to hit theaters since Licking Your Own Gooch Like a Cat, the movie.
And Rask is off to a good start tonight.
Yeah.
Or a horrible one. Face it, ladies, I'm older and I have blank. I think Nightline's client showed up for with the dog.
Would explain a lot.
Yep.
Well, here are your choices.
I have to go with face it, ladies, I'm older and I have the radiation that caused modern Japan. Although beer goggles does make certain sense. Okay.
Blank. There were no survivors. Amateur acupuncture. There were no survivors. Busting. Real quick. There were no survivors. Well, you gotta give it to the acupuncture.
Fair.
Could a brother get a blank up in this bitch? Oh, God. I'm scared. Could a brother get letting your girlfriend top you when she's mad up in this bitch? Or could a brother get a clapping butt cheeks up in this bitch? I kind of gotta give it-
Theoretically, you could get both with just one.
I had so many possibilities, but I had to pick that. Bankrupt governments around the world are turning to blank to generate additional revenue. Bankrupt
Wow.
governments around the world are turning to inserting one's finger into the vestibule of the vagina to generate additional revenue. Bankrupt governments around the world are turning to giving the shocker to generate additional revenue. Oh, if we could combine these. I have to give it to giving the shocker.
That was the other one that I was considering for our first round, for our first card.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
No, you have to say it correctly.
If you want, go ahead, say it.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
You ain't getting me that chipper while I'm in this mood. Now remember, this is what you would do for a Klondike bar, not what I would do. So let's see, we have loose, gooey, broken buttholes. Okay, or putting my dick through the Mona Lisa. Those could lead to one another. But I gotta,
True.
I gotta go with vandalism.
We'll change the expression on her face, even if we have to go from behind the frame.
The sight of blank always makes me cry like a small child.
Wow.
I
I do not regret this, but I also should.
The sight of Sienna Miller always makes me cry like a small child. Or the sight of just doing hand stuff because you're waiting to turn 13 to have sex always makes me cry. Oh, wow.
There are so many cards.
I'm gonna go. Just, no.
Thank you for giving it to my throwaway card.
You're welcome.
Recent events led the president to declare a war on blank. Into your cards now. Recent events led the president to declare a war on confusing your rape whistle with your rave whistle. Recent events led the president to declare a war on girls who say they're 18 but aren't. This is like the Donald Trump escape pack right here. Both of them, just put together. I gotta go with this one.
Is there a slight difference in pitch between the rave whistle and the rape whistle? An early episode of Star Trek was never aired because the general public wasn't ready to see blank on television. An early episode of Star Trek was never aired because the general public wasn't ready to see titty sprinkles on television. Wasn't ready to see flicking her clit piercing on television. I gotta get into titty sprinkles.
Everyone has to give it to the titty sprinkles.
My mom always said life is like blank. You never know what you're gonna get. I don't know why I like automatically went with the fucking the fucking voice for that.
It
You
basically
can't read
demands
that
it.
quote and not do it in Forrest Gump.
Yeah, you're compelled. We're all compelled.
Like I didn't even know what it was when I started. My mom always said life is like Islamic goat porn. You never know what you're gonna get. Or my mom always said life is like hot dog water. You never know what you're gonna get. Now
Yes, you
I gotta
fucking
go-
do. You're gonna get hot dog water.
That was my other throwaway.
Oh, look, we get another card.
My mother, bless her heart, never warned me about blank.
I regret nothing.
I have a tough decision here.
Tough because they're all good, or
Right.
tough because they all fit Rask? Oh, Jesus!
My mother, bless her heart, never warned me about the crotches of strangers. My mother, bless her heart, never warned me about running naked backwards through a field of dicks. Damn it, one is fitting and the other could get fitting if you fall incorrectly. So,
Well, presumably, the field of dicks are the crotches of strangers.
look, we just said field of dicks, and that means if you build it, too many of them will come.
Will they all come, though?
Oh. Two horrible choices, two vile flavors to choose from.
Well, try not to explode before you choose.
I don't have to, I'm surrounded.
I mean, either way, it's gonna be a dick.
I gotta go, just because I could see him saying it. Because I superimposed Forrest Gump onto that one too, I will admit. Even though it wasn't there.
My Little Pony, friendship is blank. My Little Pony, Friendship is apologizing for having a boner. Friendship is blindly agreeing to all the terms and conditions. No, yeah, this is what friendship with me is.
I almost picked something. I just had to.
Blank. That's how I met your mother. Serving barbecue in a burn ward. That's how I met your mother. A week in an Iron Maiden. That's how I met your mother. Oh.
Fair.
Yeah.
My friend forgot to hide their online status on Steam, so I can see they're playing a card game called Blank Simulator. Awkward.
Oh, fuck. So I want to go... I'm possibly going to be beaten to death, or just Dadaism.
When in doubt, go the worst.
True.
My friend forgot to hide their online status on Steam, so I can see that they're playing a game called Moving All the Holocaust Books to the Fiction Section Simulator. Awkward! Well, damn, someone's reenacting a Stone Toss comic. My friend forgot to hide their online status on Steam, so I can see that they're playing a game called RuPaul's Drag Race Simulator. Awkward! See, the problem is, I would play RuPaul's Drag Race Simulator. I gotta give the horribleness to this.
I mean, I would play
That's
RuPaul's Drag Race Simulator.
I would play a game where you beat savagely the person who did that to all the Holocaust books.
I knew we would be friends when I found out they had blank. Oh no.
Oh, gotta use it.
I knew we would be friends when I found out they had a limp banana. When I found out they had a water pistol loaded with LSD. No, yeah, it's definitely a water pistol loaded with LSD.
Yep.
By the way, it was very awkward last week when I played Mexican radio and the guy beside me started singing it.
Blank.
I'm on the Mexican
Okay.
radio.
Blank. My body is ready.
Oh, we're going with your body. Oh, shit. You know what? I'm just gonna go with this one.
Drowning in a vat of bear mace. My body is ready. A nagging wife. My body is ready. I'm just gonna go ahead and go with that one, 'cause, you know. I mean, you don't say what the wife is nagging about.
The U.S. is rapidly creating pop-up hospitals to treat the many victims of blank. Fuck. I lived in Florida. Florida wins.
That one just came up, and I'm just like, oh, come on, yeah.
Blank is considered a compliment in most of Europe. Live disembowelment is considered a compliment in most of Europe. Breaking your foot off in someone's ass is considered a compliment in most of Europe. Although
Wow,
it's true, I have to go with this one.
And I fall behind.
We're going very violent today. In the next election, voters must choose between blank and blank.
I'm going to use my throwaway cards.
In the next election, voters must choose between walking in a straight line and being choked with love by your partner. Or in the next election, voters must choose between fat Chris Pratt and someone who looks retarded but isn't. I kind of got to give it to that one.
That was the other card I was going to use with your My Body is Ready, was walking in a straight line.
Blank. Millions are dead.
Well then,
I don't want to say one of them out loud, and it wasn't going to win anyway, so... An unexpected finger in the anus. Millions are dead.
looks like I picked the wrong day to quit blank.
Why have I picked what I picked? Because sniffing glue wasn't an option.
Because it's hilarious? Why else would you pick
That
what you
too.
pick?
But
Looks
also
like I
because
quit
sniffing
or
glue-
picked the wrong day to quit hunting humans for sports. Looks like I picked the wrong day to quit awkward silences at dinner with the in-laws. Look, we all know I've got to go with the hunting humans for sport.
Naturally.
Yeah, we are.
Kevin Feige has announced that a brand new hero will be joining the Avengers, Blank Girl. It just sounds like one that isn't gonna. A lot of them are. Not a lot of cards gonna fit. Kevin Feige has announced that a brand new hero will be joining the Avengers, Cajun's Girl.
Isn't that just Rogue?
No, it's
Hi.
Gambit and Rogue's kid.
Yeah. Brand new hero will be joining the Avengers, Girls That Go Protesting in Nipple Pasties Girl. I gotta give Cajun's Girl.
I keep imagining that from Gambit, she'll gain the power to put out kinetic energy, but from Rogue, she'll take it back in immediately and blow up. I can only get through my day with blank. I can only get through my day with 0 side effects. I can only get through my day with Hillary Clinton's Kevlar-lined pantsuit. Okay, we all know what I'm picking. Olaf wins.
Mine was just to get rid of that guard. Why did I dump my significant other the day before Valentine's Day? I know that giggle. Why did I dump my significant other the day before Valentine's Day? An ass with more dimples than a golf ball. Why did I dump my significant other the day before Valentine's Day? Bombing a furry convention for great justice. No, see, the bombing a furry convention is something you do together. In fursuits.
In hindsight, making blank our safe word may have been a mistake.
This
Not
isn't even
even
a
think
safe
about
word,
that.
but it is a mistake.
In hindsight, making a chia pet our safe word may have been a mistake. In hindsight, making electrified nipple clamps in holiday colors our safe word may have been a mistake. Either one of those would be a really horrible.
Like, is it the chia pet
safe.
itself? Do you have to grab it, or is it just saying chia?
See, I think it would be just say chia or
Note to everyone, my current safe word is arugula.
Though I gotta say, electrified nipple clamps in the holiday colors as a safe word would be bad because most people are gonna think that it's, you're asking for it.
Exactly.
I tried baking a cake, but the directions were unclear. I ended up with blank. I tried baking a cake, but the directions were unclear. I ended up with a priest that's been molested. Ironically, not the other way around for once. I tried baking a cake, but the directions were unclear. I ended up with Ben Shapiro's dry vagina. Okay, I gotta give it to this because the yeast jokes make themselves here.
That's fair.
Also, I grew up Catholic, and our nuns were violent, and our priest was just drunk all the time. So it was a very different world.
I wish it were something simple like peanuts or shellfish, but my doctor tells me I'm actually allergic to blank. One of you is going to be a real bastard about this. I wish it were something simple like peanuts or shellfish, but my doctor tells me I'm actually allergic to finger banging the lunch lady. But my doctor tells me I'm actually allergic to my eyes! I gotta do it with that one.
Okay, that's fair.
I've been holding on to that since the beginning. I'm like, when the fuck am I ever going to use this? Don't try teaching your grandma to blank. Oh, this is going to be bad.
I don't have anything that fits this specifically, that's the problem.
Ditto.
I'm just gonna, we're just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
Jesus Christ!
Don't try teaching. Don't try teaching.
Don't try saying that out loud. You can't.
Don't try teaching your grandma to tongue punch your fart box.
Fuck. I'm officially second place. Fuck. I will not eat blank. I will not eat it, Sam. I am.
My ability to say shit with a straight face has just gone to a next level.
I will not eat the butt slut of the group, Samantha. I will not eat it, Sam. I am. I will not eat a Hot Pocket that's molten on each end but frozen in the middle. I will not eat it, Sam. I am. Look, we all know.
We all know that's the only way Hot Pockets come.
Yeah.
What are you gonna puke? Hot Pockets.
My goddamn roommate is so immature. I actually had to post a no blank sign. I actually have a good card for this one. Why did I have to be the sign? Olaf taking his time over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to... Oh.
My goddamn roommate is so immature, I actually had to post a no Warren Jeffs sign. I actually had to post a no mermaid's vagina sign. I can't go with either of these because no context. Fuck it.
And that's because we did not have a Vagoda.
Healthy food is overrated. The best way to lose weight is a strict diet of blank. I'm not looking forward to reading these. The best way to lose weight is a strict diet of widespread panic and mayhem. The best way to lose weight is a strict diet of floor-to-ceiling pile of soiled maxi pads. Nope, just...
Remember, violence, the safe choice. BuzzFeed has posted a link. 20 things about blank that are irresistibly sexy.
Because it's BuzzFeed, I don't feel bad for playing this card.
Assume listicles. Assume horrible, horrible listicles. And yearn for the days when crack.com was actually funny and did it correctly. BuzzFeed has posted a link. 20 things about pricks with small dicks that are irresistibly sexy. BuzzFeed has posted a link. 20 things about used Q-tips that are irresistibly sexy. Well, I can already think of more sexy things about the used Q-tips, so it wins.
That and the pricks with small dicks is an actual BuzzFeed article, I guarantee you.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, I had to break up with him. He kept using blank as a euphemism for having sex. Yeah, I had to break up with him. He kept using clenching a gun barrel between your teeth and ending your pain like Kurt Cobain as a euphemism for having sex. He kept using family Christmas cards as a euphemism for having sex.
There are no winners.
Nope.
Once Helen Keller learned to vocalize, her parents couldn't get her to stop asking about blank. Ooh. Once Helen Keller's learned to use her voice, her parents couldn't get her to stop asking about taking tiny bites out of Hitler's buttocks until he can't sit down without bleeding everywhere.
Well, that's just a win for America.
Her parents couldn't get her to stop asking about figuring out how to keep a woman with really small, flexible hands restrained in bondage cuffs.
Inquiring Kingsters want to know.
Yeah, I invoked Goblin's Law, I know.
I'm not like regular people. When I orgasm, I release blank from my armpits.
I've been waiting to play this card.
When I'm not like regular people. When I orgasm, I release a bucket of hot diarrhea from my armpits. I'm not like regular people. When I orgasm, I release desecrated tombstones from my armpits. Look, I have to go with a bucket of hot diarrhea, and we all know it.
I just said
a
I've been
visual.
waiting to play the card. I didn't say it would win.
Okay.
First, it was the bird flu. Then came swine flu. Now, the WHO is preparing for the blank flu. Now, the WHO is preparing for one night in Paris flu. First, it was bird flu, then came swine flu. Now the WHO is preparing for the some nasty-ass oh who be trippin' flu. Isn't this the same flu?
Only one is pay-per-view.
Am I also the only one that read that as Huxley? A winner is you.
Came down to the last, that last one.
Oh, we up for another round?
Sure,
I think so.
I kind of
Okay.
still probably getting the dog settled, so.
Oh, I'm starting this time. Okay.
Yep.
Virgil then guided Dante to the 10th circle of hell, where sinners were condemned to an eternity of blank. Virgil then guided Dante to the 10th circle of hell, where sinners were condemned to an eternity of giving out meth for Halloween.
Is that a punishment?
You don't get to enjoy the meth yourself.
Virgil then guided Dante to the 10th circle of hell, where sinners were condemned to an eternity of Coctimus Prime, the laser-guided dildo rocket. Yeah, that was a clear winner.
What they don't tell you is he speaks with Starscream's voice, so that's why it's hell. If you like it, then you should have put a blank on it. I would just like everyone to remember that that horrible milkshake brings all the people to the yard, which is a contemporary of that song, is 20 years old at the moment. If you like it, then you should. If you like it, then you should have put an institutional racism on it. If you like it, then you should have put an alcohol-fueled Thanksgiving Day family fistfights on it. Well, okay. These are fun so long as you're watching from a distance.
Hell, fuck distance. I'd be in it.
I don't drink, so.
They didn't say you were drunk. You're just
Point.
joining the fist fight. In a moment of post-nut clarity, I realized that blank wasn't as sexy as I thought. In a moment of post-nut clarity, I realized that tossing babies into a table saw wasn't as sexy as I thought. I realized that a puss with so much bush, the legends call it Hurricane Katrina, wasn't as sexy as I thought. It's gotta go to the bush.
Head for the mountains of bush beer.
Oh, God. Blank, I choose you! Condom that expired in 1998, I choose you! Being sodomized, I choose you! Jesus Christ.
What should worry you is how little time it took us to pick these.
Yeah.
No matter which you choose, you lose.
Gaiden on track to win this round. I'm not sure if I'm really into blank or if I'm just really desperate for attention.
Yeah, that works.
I feel like we need background music.
Don't we have background music? What do you mean in Discord?
I think in general. I'm not sure if I'm really into blank or if I'm just I'm not really sure if I'm into all these dank memes or if I'm just really desperate for attention. I'm not sure if I'm really into the magical beard of secrets or if I'm just really desperate for attention. I think it's playing all the Jackbox has made me get used to the idea of the background. Gotta go with this. Damn, Caden is on track here.
The local market sells delicious cheese made from blank. And to be fair, the only music that I can imitate from Jackbox is Blather Around, and that's just because it says Blather Around.
Fair.
The local market sells delicious cheese made from fondling some balls. The local market sells delicious cheese made from having to collect bull sperm for a living.
Aren't they kind of one and the same?
Yeah, but one has you picturing a bull coming up to someone, jerking off in their face and screaming, "Cheese!" Or as we call it in World of Warcraft, Tauren Warrior.
And now this is a story all about blank.
I'm so glad you didn't do what I did.
And now this is a story all about a straight man doing gay porn. Now this is a story all about my cold dead hand.
Thank you for not singing it in Fresh Prince, as I did.
I'm told I need to actually watch the new version. The greatest cosplay ever. Blank. Damn it, I have a card that would work perfectly with this.
I had one that would work perfectly, but I chose this one.
The greatest cosplay ever. Giving your pet lamb a Brazilian. Fuck. The greatest cosplay ever. A moist towelette. Ooh. I'm not doing that to a lamb. Towelette wins.
Fancy.
Yep. Trust the vegan to do this.
The vampire vegan. Explain to me how that works. Video games taught me important lessons about blank. What'd you say about chlorophyll?
I said sweet, sweet chlorophyll.
Yeah, but you need blood to survive.
Well, also technically, my two outs are one, the blood is consenting, i.e. willing source, and two, humans don't count.
We're gonna get into that in a second. Video games taught me important lessons about staring at women breastfeeding their young child. Video games taught me important lessons about human taxidermy. Namely, that if you stare at a woman breastfeeding her young child, you will become human taxidermy.
True.
All right.
Pornhub.com's single most popular video features blank and blank.
I knew I was going to be able to use these in conjunction.
Oh, shit. I don't like that. Pornhub's single most popular video features force-feeding a fat kid and using a fat kid as a human shield. Pornhub's single most popular video features a dozen castrated monks and a mouthful of bovine afterbirth.
Yeah, that's the noise.
I'm just so happy I got to use my fat kid cards in conjunction with each other.
What seems like way too much work? Damn it, I have perfect cards for this too.
Sure you do.
What seems like way too much work? Riding the short bus. What seems like way too much work? Let's face it, it's shitting a Schreiken. Olaf gets his first point.
I was strangely proud when my kid asked Santa for blank. I thought this said ask Satan. Dyslexia, ho!
Oh, Lord.
I was strangely proud when my kid asked Santa for Adolf Hitler's gas bill. I was strangely proud when my kid asked Santa for money shots.
Fair.
I couldn't find a condom, so I had to use blank instead. Couldn't find a condom, so I had to use an assorted box of chocolates instead.
Okay, Forrest.
So I had to use my fabulous Puerto Rican boy toy, Angel Alvarez.
We all need a Puerto Rican
Yeah.
boy toy just in case.
The latest miracle is a statue whose eyes bleed when in the presence of blank. Enter your lies now.
Oh, it ain't a lie. It's a wish.
Ugh. The latest miracle is a statue whose eyes bleed when in the presence of a very demanding child in a Burger King crowd. The latest miracle is a statue whose eyes bleed when in the presence of old white men dancing to Hotline Bling by Drake. Okay, yeah, okay, fine. I have to. Normally it's everyone's ears.
It's okay. In their country, every business meeting starts with blank. It's okay. In their country, every business meeting starts with blaming the holidays for your weight problems. America! It's okay. In their country, every business meeting starts with eating a chicken dumpling out of a dog's ass.
A fortune teller told me I will live a life filled with blank. Wow, Caden didn't even let me get it out first.
Nope.
Jesus Christ. A fortune teller told me I would live a life filled with cum, blood, and rock and roll. Fortune teller told me I will live a life filled with an extra large butt plug. Oh,
Does one lead to
geez.
the other?
These two pictures are the same.
Mine just sounds cool.
Damn it, I blew my extra large butt plug.
That's not what
Disney's
it's for. You're
experimental.
not supposed to blow it.
You're not my sub. Disney's experimental amusement park centered around the theme of blank was a colossal failure. I should have said you don't pay my sub. They take foot ticklings.
Actually, that would be a massive success because I know that Disney would do it. So we're just gonna go with this one.
Disney's experimental amusement park centered around the theme of masturbating in a Batgirl costume was a colossal failure. Disney's experimental amusement park centered around the theme of an emperor penguin with no sense of shame was a colossal failure.
They're gonna do an entire theme park of Happy Feet.
This could happen in the Iceberg Lounge in Gotham and they would both be accurate.
Yeah, but I don't think they'd be failures there.
I mean, granted.
I mean, the Batgirl costume might be a failure because Barbara would totally sue for copyright infringement.
No, because then she'd have to admit she'd have to admit her secret identity.
She'd do it through
Okay,
Wayne Corp.
by sue we mean punch him in the face repeatedly.
I have to go with the Emperor Penguin. Because I'm picturing Oswald Cobblepot acting like a penguin.
I've an itch, and the only cure is more blank.
Fuck!
I don't know which one of you made that sound, but I hope you played the card that made you make that sound.
It's more like a lack thereof.
Ah. You do know we have a dump entire hand button, right?
We do, but there's too many hands I like. It's just not appropriate for that.
I've an itch, and the only cure is more reaping what you sow. I've an itch, and the only cure is more underwear off, fanny in the face. Nope, yep, gotta go with that one.
Okay.
I am shameless
Nothing like blank to make me moister than an oyster. That is a phrase I
That is a phrase that you have now said.
regrettably. Nothing like genital mutilation to make me moister than an oyster. Nothing like my dead daughter's room just the way she left it to make me moister than an oyster.
Caden is going to win this.
Oh.
You should know, blank is frowned upon within 300 feet of a school. Oh wow, several of our previous answers would work here. You should know, tasting your wife's boob milk is frowned upon within 300 feet of a school. You should know, a flatulent Uber driver is frowned upon within 300 feet of a school. Wow!
Which will it be?
There are no random encounters, only deadly ones. Okay, we gotta go with the boob milk. Caden wins.
No, I don't.
I still got 5 more points.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
always
it's
think
first to
10
15.
points. Okay.
My parents found blank when browsing my web history. My parents found a fluffy little butt when browsing my web history. My parents found demon butlers when browsing my web history. Okay, to be honest, both of these are in my browsing history. I'm a furry and I watch Black Butler.
Yeah.
Scientists have discovered the true cause of autism. Blank.
I regret nothing.
Scientists have discovered the true cause of autism. The poor aerodynamics of the cum crust and sock. Scientists have discovered the true cause of autism. Attempting to stop a weed whacker with your genitals. Gotta get, yeah.
Wow.
Chilean sea bass, $29. Caribbean spiny lobster, $38. Blank market price. Chilean sea bass, $29. Caribbean spiny lobster, $38. Call of Duty Come On Dicks, market price. Chilean sea bass, $29. Caribbean spiny lobster, $38. Microwaving a watermelon, then silent cooking it until completion, market price. Okay, look. We all know Caden's going to win. Fuck, he could have written that card.
Diablo 2, Lord of Blank. Diablo 2, Lord of his mannequin dungeon. Lord of pizza rolls. We gotta go with the real answer.
Fuck. What are you gonna puke? Hot Pockets.
In truth, the EVA units were actually powered by blank. In truth, the EVA units were actually powered by putting off your suicide because you can think because you can only think of 12 reasons.
Which, if you know anything about Evangeline, that's actually pretty true.
Two
There's the other
EVA
one.
units were actually powered by a waterfall of period blood.
Either answer was perfectly acceptable given the context. Everyone who has watched Evangelion understands this. I was surprised. Sorry, I was no surprise. I will assume that means not surprised. I was not surprised to see blank at the trailer park.
You must read my card the way it was meant to be. Which means I really hope you've seen the movie.
I was not surprised to see refusing to cure cancer because there's money in keeping people sick at the trailer park. I was not surprised to see warriors coming out to play at the trailer park. Okay, we all know who's getting this one. Yes. Congratulations, you. Yeah.
If only we had some tiny bottles.
Or the PS2 copy of the game based on the movie.
Hi, we're from the Church of Blank. Do you have a moment to talk about blank? I feel like I should put in my customer service voice for this one.
This is.
15
really have-
seconds, make it horrible. Hi, we're from the Church of Bruising the Back of the Throat. Do you have a moment to talk about when the Father blessed Mary with his hard-throbbing cock? Hi, we're from the Church of Selfies. Do you have a moment about tearing the mask off of nature and staring at the face of God? We knew this one was gonna win.
We did.
Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a blank. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a cockroach casserole. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a small but versatile penis. There was no question.
No, there wasn't.
I mean, either way, only one of those gives the dog a bone. I'm sorry, Mario, but our princess is blank.
I'm playing it. There will be no shame.
I'm sorry, Mario, but our princess is getting a blumpkin. I'm sorry, Mario, but our princess is Paul Walker. In's gonna win.
I kissed the blank and I liked it. I am too sick to be singing.
I hate myself.
I'm sure you do. I kissed a bull dyke in a china shop and I liked it. I kissed Michelle Bachman and I liked it. Nah, it's gotta go for a bull dyke in a china shop. I would consider myself lucky.
Guys literally only want blank, and it's fucking disgusting. Guys literally only want selling deceased animals to blind and deaf children, and it's fucking disgusting. Guys literally only want a white Pino van that says with a sign that says free candy, and it's fucking disgusting.
And I turn this around. What is worth dying for?
I have no idea what this is, but it suits the card, I suppose.
Yeah, we all knew this was going to win. I'm not saying it out loud.
That's one of my favorite attacks. What is the fastest way to kill a human?
I finally get to play this one.
What is the fastest way to kill a human using the 15% use save by switching to Geico to buy correct? What's the fastest way to kill a human? Some spicy ass mustard. To be fair, this only works if they're white.
Blank. Now that's what I call a power move.
If I
Okay.
win with this card, I am going to die happy.
Poorly timed fart. Now that's what I call a power move. A game of Cards Against Humanity that turns into an orgy. Now that's what I call a power move. Ooh. I kind of, yeah.
And I win.
I figured
Yeah.
it was probably going to be it, but it's like, come on, that's just right. All right, I need to run to the bathroom and grab another drink.
Okay.
Separately. So I'll be right back.
I mean, you can
All right.
technically do them at the same time.
No. just no.
How you feeling, Rask?
I do worry that we're not going enough onto topics, but
I mean, we do topics every night. But yeah, you can go into topic if you want. I just don't know anything about WoW, so I'm not qualified to talk about its anniversary.
fair. Okay. So for the 10-year anniversary, they sent out a little statue of an orc riding a wolf. And they brought back their original raid, Molten Core. I expect Molten Core will be back. But will they send out a material item to people again? I don't know.
Well, if they were gonna send out a material item, what would you want?
Probably a DVD of the early making and interview of the game, or a complete soundtrack to the game's original soundtrack and every expansion up till now. Or a book of some sort.
You mean you don't want a DVD of the 5-year anniversary of the movie?
Look, if I was going to get something like that, I would want them to give it the Godzilla Lance treatment. Okay, so Godzilla Lance was done in 1996 at Gen Con. Tracy Hickman and Margaret Weiss decided to go ahead, grab some actors, and have them reenact Dragonlance. Badly. With the end plot being not to kill Takesis or save the world, it was to kill Godzilla. With the Godzilla Lance. So I would want a bunch of interns to reenact Wrath of the Lich King.
I mean, that could be fun. To be fair, that was the one thing I had to say about the movie was, like, I watched, not even the whole movie, I watched I think the last last 10 minutes. I was like, I don't know anything about World of Warcraft, but I already know this movie fucked up a hell of a lot of lore.
Yeah, so Gul'dan as a character is supposed to be extremely scrawny and weak originally. And I hope they didn't ignore that.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
All right, I'm back.
Hi, we were
Okay.
just talking about the World of Warcraft movie.
I've not seen it.
I've watched some of it.
Isn't I?
Thank you. I told him what little I know about World of Warcraft. I watched like bits and pieces of the ending of World of Warcraft, and I'm pretty sure they fucked up a lot of the lore.
I mean, the problem with World of Warcraft lore is, well, kind of like just about any comic book lore, really. It really depends on where you're looking.
There are certain characters in any lore that if you change them too much, you are going to piss off the fans. Case in point, let's say sooner or later they're going to bring the X-Men into the MCU. It's been a while since World War II, so what happens if Magneto is not Jewish and did not live through the Holocaust? What happens if they pick another horrific tragedy?
I don't think they would do that.
I hope they would not. I think it would be fine if they just said, hey, one of his mutant abilities is longevity, extreme longevity.
Well, you have to remember, however they bring in the mutants into the MCU, it's going to be from another
Dimension.
part of another part of the multiverse. I mean, that's not gonna happen until after Secret Wars.
Probably.
No, it's not. It's post Secret Wars is gonna be the mutant saga. They've already said that. And of course, Secret Wars brings in various different superheroes from various different parts of the multiverse and says, okay, now duke it out.
Just as an aside, I'd like to point out that I am absolutely loving this new laptop. Because as Ras can tell you, we have not gone a single stream without having drops or random mutes or just some sort of trouble. We have 0 dropped frames. We have been steady at 60 frames. And I'm not even using 0.5% of my CPU, so I am very happy right now.
Nice.
Did we already talk about Deadpool and Wolverine?
We have not.
I'm pretty sure our month of spoilers is over.
Are we all prepared?
Well, I think so. I mean, as prepared as can be.
Yeah, I was going to say I've seen it. I mean, have both of you seen it?
I have
Yeah.
not seen it, no.
Oh. Then maybe
I mean,
we should.
I know about it, but I have not actually seen it.
I am thinking that if not all 3 of us have, we should give it a pass for now.
Seems fair to me. It's ultimately up to Olav.
I mean, I'm not worried about it one way or the other.
I was about to say, we know his stance on spoilers. I think one thing that I'm laughing at that keeps popping up around the internet now is how people are calling it anti-woke.
Huh?
They're saying it's anti-woke and that they didn't include any unnecessary pronouns or gay agendas or blah blah blah. I was like, did everybody miss that joke of the intern staring into the screen lovingly for about a minute and a half while Deadpool's crotch slowly zoomed in, about to hit him in the face? Is that not gay? Am I missing something?
Yeah, that's.
Did we forget that Deadpool is canonically pansexual? You literally can't have a Deadpool movie without having gay rights in it. And
I
again,
am amazed.
he's also in
that
that awkward three-way with himself, Thanos, and Death, so...
I'm just got to say, I don't know how charged a statement this is. I swear every 5 minutes on the internet, someone starts screaming, go woke, go broke. Who the hell has actually gone woke and gone broke as a result? It seems like it's the opposite.
Well, see, it's this really weird thing. It's almost as if, by catering to a larger audience, especially one that has been historically oppressed and, you know, shoved aside for many decades, you're going to make more money than if you try to pretend they don't exist. I don't know why that is.
Madness, we tell you.
It's almost like when they told us that video game movies and comic book movies would never make any money.
It just took them actually actually managing to make a decent one.
Getting people who knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Not trying to remake Blade 8 times.
Well, that, or like not trying to just be like, oh, hey, we're just gonna change shit because I don't want to make a character that's basic that looks like a giant robot.
Yeah. No, my favorite was, we're going to make a comic book movie, but we need to make changes because of realism.
Okay, in fairness, that worked for the for bits of the Batman Dark Knight trilogy by Chris Nolan.
Not really.
I don't know. I liked the Dark Knight.
The problem with what they did with what happened with that trilogy is they said, hey, we're gonna make it grounded in reality. You know, everything's gonna be based in reality, but we're gonna put in people like Ra's al Ghul and Bane and Joker and all this shit that is like, there's no way these people can exist within reality.
Yeah, I was about to say, you kind of fucked yourself and blew your wad when the first person you introduce in your gritty and realistic oh-so-superhero movie is Ra's al Ghul.
First and third movies weren't as good. First movie suffers a little bit of things, but it's trying to establish, so I give it some leeway. Third movie just is trying to follow too much up, and it's just not going to do it.
I mean, like,
second movie though.
okay, explain to me how you can have Two-Face in a gritty, reality-based movie.
Because we don't really look at him as Two-Face. We
But
look
he
at
is
him as
Two-Face.
Harvey.
He would have died of sepsis from sepsis in a few days.
Likely, yes. Which makes, there was no saving Harvey Dent.
He had no eyelid over one of his eyes, but it somehow still functioned. You can't have, that's not based in reality.
At the same time, it was pretty brutal. I think we all just looked at that and went, damn.
No, my first thought was literally, how the fuck is he doing this without his eye falling out of his socket?
I mean, they made fun of him when, he takes a drink and part of it goes out of his mouth, like out the side.
We looked at it and accepted it because we knew that it was a comic book movie that is a comic book character that is not based in reality. We ignored what Christopher Nolan was trying to do.
Plus, we all still secretly want to see Billy D. Williams in the makeup.
Yes. But besides that, just, the idea that it is a crime thriller that happens to use superhero characters.
Yeah, but
They could have used Penguin, Riddler, Catwoman to an actual
Villainous
grander
extent?
extent. Yeah. Anarchy.
like, okay, the main point we're going at is, if you want gritty and realism, don't use characters like Joker, who can die and pop up whenever the fuck he wants, or Bane, who literally just not only is super intelligent and nigh immortal, but has that fantastic drug that gives him the body of a god without actually addicting him. Don't use Ra's al Ghul, who is literally immortal and knows magic. It doesn't work if you're gonna be like, this is real life, but as a movie.
I mean, the Batman did a better job of being based and grounded in reality than the entirety of the Christopher Nolan trilogy.
And it was going for thriller suspense.
And reviving Robert Pattinson's career. I didn't like that version of the Riddler, though. That one seemed way too out of character.
Definitely odd. I didn't dislike, but I know mileage may vary.
I mean, it's easy to look at it and look at him and say, hey, he did a good job, when the only other recent version was Jim Carrey.
Yeah, and there is a storyline where Nigma stops fucking around and actually shows that he can and will destroy everybody when he's given the chance. I think that's why I like the more minor characters like Riddler in that. Is when they get their spotlight, they're shown that if they ever actually wanted to step out of their gimmick and be more intimidating, Gotham would pretty much be fucked, but we're kept safe because they enjoy the gimmick too much.
I mean, they also have... Okay, let's look at their other villains. Like, Batman has some villains who aren't exactly super villains. Like, created for... I forget if he was created for the animated series or if he did come from the comic. Rupert Thorne. Nolan Daggett. Eric Roberts' character from The Dark Knight is actually in the comics and was the one who originally threw acid in Harvey Dent's face, because it wasn't originally an explosion.
I mean, if you look at the Joel Schumacher version, it was hot coffee.
God's that film. I actually don't know. I know a lot more people like that particular one more than the one that came after. I consider both the Schumacher Batman films to be equally bad. I will give The reason I will not consider Batman and Robin to be that horrible in comparison to its predecessor has a lot to do with the fact that Arnold is playing Mr. Freeze, hamming it up and loving it.
I felt like Tommy Lee did a decent Two-Face.
I just couldn't get into either of the villains in that one.
Well, no, because it wasn't villain focused, and I think that was its biggest failing.
Yes. 1, very villain focused. 2, still pretty villain focused. And you're right. 3, 4. But Arnold plays a Mr. Freeze. It has those horrible lines like "cruel potty."
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
Like, he's just hamming it up. He is Raul Julia as M. Bison all over again.
Nah, that is an unfair comparison. Nobody can touch Raul Julia.
He can't, but at the same time, it's that same spirit. If you were to have his version of Mr. Freeze and Raul Julia's version of M. Bison face off against each other, I'm sorry, but that is an animated film someone needs to do.
Are we done with cards, or we want to play another round while we talk?
Let's play another round. Night Kind does not manage to make it back. Hopefully everything is okay.
Okay, well, our cards are.
The road to hell is paved with blank. Into your lies now. The road to hell is paved with Bill Cosby's chocolate pudding pop.
Oh,
The road to hell is paved with having my children live with me until the day I die. Look, I'm sorry. I
know which
feel
one's gonna
dirty
win.
for saying this. Yes, we do.
I knew it was going to win the
recipe-
moment I heard that
The
laugh.
recipe was on the back of the box.
I always carry blank in my purse. Since when do I carry a purse?
If I was... Wow.
If you're what?
Go on.
I always
That's
carry
the
a Galapagos marine iguana in my purse. I always carry the soft caress of a seasoned Catholic priest in my purse. Has to go for the iguana. I feel like it just raises more eyebrows.
The new Ford Windstar, built for stability with plenty of cargo space for blank. The new Ford Windstar, built with stability with plenty of cargo space for hookers and blow. We're built for stability with plenty of cargo space for another man.
Windstars were used for both of those.
And I gotta go with hookers and blow.
Yeah.
Hookers and blackjack just wasn't an option. Daddy drinks because I'm blank. We used to say, in my old World of Warcraft raid, the healers drink because you crit too much.
Oh, Jesus!
Daddy drinks because I'm an agitated airline stewardess. Daddy drinks because I'm accidentally drunk sexting Dad. Yep, okay. Yep, here we go.
I was trying to figure out where I was going to use that one, and I'm just like, and then this pops up. I'm like, oh shit. Duh.
Boy. The worst two things about Down syndrome are blank and their haircut.
Yep.
The worst two things about Down syndrome are desperately trying to unhook a bra and their haircut. are an LA face with an Oakland booty and their haircut.
My apologies to everyone in California.
Don't apologize to California. They need to
They're not
apologize to
Florida,
us.
so they don't. They're not Florida, so they have that going for them.
I tried to soothe an angry cat with blank. I failed.
I'm gonna play it nice for right now.
I tried to soothe an angry cat with kegels. I failed. Or I tried to soothe an angry cat with alternative facts. I failed. I can't, yeah, as you say, I'm just.
I should have gone
no.
with my first instinct, but I wanted to be nice.
Look, all I know is it was just a question about flexing your pussy. Moving on. A show about blank. Has reality TV gone too far?
This would be more of an infomercial.
A show about Benghazi. Has reality TV gone too far? A show about Cuntfucker 9000 for all 9,000 of your cuntfucking needs. Has reality gone too far? Okay, so for the humor aspect, like sheer humor, I could see the Benghazi thing being abso-fucking-lutely hilarious. On the other side, I read too many webcomics.
But again, that's more of an infomercial, let's be honest.
I mean, yes. With 70s elevator
God
music
damn it,
playing
now
in
we
the
need to
background.
make that infomercial.
Yes, we do.
All three of us. Blank is actually pretty hot. I'm putting that in my notes channel. Using your testicles as a ball gag is actually pretty hot. Call of Booty, Modern Warfare is actually pretty hot. We shall leave that there.
We shall.
Daddy, what made you divorce mommy? Daddy, what made you divorce mommy? Male pattern baldness on a female. Daddy, what made you divorce mommy? Using the scratch and sniff method to identify mysterious stain.
Those are both pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm Coyote Peterson, and today I'm getting up close and personal with blank.
This just sounds like the type of guy that would say this.
I'm Coyote Peterson, and today I'm getting up close and personal with your favorite childhood stuffed animal coming to life, but turning out to be a massive racist. I'm Coyote Peterson, and today I'm getting up close and personal with face sitting. Damn it, it's all about the delivery and the follow-up. Urgh. There we go.
My worst date ever involved blank. My worst date ever involved an orgasm. My worst date ever involved the Dry Council. Okay, anybody who knows me knows that orcs are a thing, so it's definitely the Dry Council.
Yep.
Blank? Thanks, Obama. The tainted genetic stock of West Virginia? Thanks, Obama. A precision drone strike? Thanks, Obama.
Because he can get blamed for anything. Some restaurants start a table off with bread or chips and salsa. At my restaurant, we start each table off with blank. At my restaurant, we start each table off with the powerful seed of my loins. At my restaurant, we start each table off with chumming up.
It's official. Do not let Olav and I create a restaurant.
Loin seed wins.
It's the same card.
I know.
No, see, you gotta go with one and then the other.
I got a new tattoo. It looks like a blank.
Okay, let's just get rid of that card. Jesus, fuck.
Was it so bad or was it just so weak?
No, it was bad.
You should have played it then.
No, not that kind of bad.
I got a new tattoo. It looks like the straight friend that always hugs you from behind. It looks like a chubby forehead. Now we're gonna go with that one.
What is the short version of why I'm not allowed to go back to Australia?
You want the short version? I'll give you the short version.
What is the reason? What is the short version of why I'm not allowed to go back to Australia? Fear boner. Or spicy lube. Oh, Jesus.
So again, two cards that both lead to the same ending.
Today on Bill O'Reilly, blank. Today on Bill O'Reilly, playing hide the pickle with the family dog. Today on Bill O'Reilly, not having a minute to talk about gay rights. Well, it's Bill O'Reilly. We know exactly what he would do.
This is a much closer game. My
Yes.
children are always so happy when they get to enjoy blank.
Ooh, ow.
My children are always so happy when they get to enjoy a sliced up dick served on the skewer with some red peppers and a homeless guy's gouged out eyes. My children are so happy when they get to enjoy cock puncher. My children shall be gourmands.
Good gods.
I know, right? How was the universe really created? How was the universe really created? Bad girl shenanigans. How was the universe really created? A large hard-on collider.
I love that you were about to say it correctly.
It was a close one. That was close. Just like first one, then the other.
One just happened to edge out a little closer. Rather than donating clothes to local charities, I prefer to give them blank. Rather than donating clothes to local charities, I prefer to give them the firm, demanding touch of a horny, drunk, straight boy. Rather than donating clothes to local charities, I prefer to give them juggalos. Yep, Olaf pulls ahead
Does he?
by 1 point.
He's doing a lot of pulling, it seems. The little known 8th deadly sin. The little known 8th deadly sin. Ripping someone's arms off and beating them to death while then screaming, "Stop hitting yourself! Stop hitting yourself!" The little known 8th deadly sin, enthusiastically crossing the line between CPR and necrophilia. The other one's just fun.
Fair.
On a scale from blank to blank, how badly would you rate your pain? On a scale from a brain that's lacking but an ass that's packing to the superhuman strength of how badly would you rate your pain? On a scale from molesting the elderly to Alec Baldwin whimpering like a bitch, how badly would you rate your pain? Oh, jeez.
Fun fact, you are more likely to die from blank than you are from blank. This cannot end well.
This is the
True.
only advertising that you can do for this product. And thus, I know you will do it in your radio voice.
Fun fact, you are more likely to die from the 3 in the pink, 2 in the stink than you are from sex dolls that look ashamed. Fun fact, you are more likely to die from used condoms than you are from Baconaise, the bacon-flavored mayonnaise. Yes, we all know what I'm going with. Baconaise is literally my safe word.
I got a pop-up book entitled Blank for my 9-year-old nephew's birthday. If there's not a dick joke, I'm gonna be very upset. I got a pop-up book entitled Crushing Your Enemies, Seeing Them Driven Before You, and Hearing the Lamentations of Their Women. My 9-year-old nephew's birthday. I got a pop-up book entitled A Canadian Dildo, Made from an Icicle, for my 9-year-old nephew's birthday. Okay, to be fair, that would be a fucking awesome pop-up book.
Hell yeah. It's like, hey, you got your dick, but come on.
We got the dildo joke. It counts.
Teach your 9-year-old to be Conan. As part of its hazing process, the frat forced its recruits to try blank. I feel like there's no wrong answers. As part of its hazing process, the frat forced its recruits to try making the guy behind you wait while you visibly jerk off into the urinal. I can see that. As a part of its hazing process, the frat forced its recruits to try a bottle of gamer bathwater. Again, I can totally see that. There are no wrong answers for this one, are there? That's
The wrong
just a
answer would be
li-
the frat tried to make them study hard and get good grades.
That one's the Ras's is just a little bit more believable.
True, true.
It's all fun and games until someone loses blank. Enter your thighs now.
You ain't entering my thighs, motherfucker. You do not have permission to be in this haunted castle.
What a horrible night to fuck a curse. It's all fun and games until someone loses Pokemon cards. It's all fun and games until someone loses crotch fruit. Well,
I mean, to
We all
be
knew
fair,
what I
if you
had to
lose
go
the
with.
children, you have more fun and games.
no, I'm thinking the twig and berries. Hi-oh.
Our neighborhood watch group told us to be on the lookout for blank. Our neighborhood watch group told us to be on the lookout for a Kenyan who wins a marathon without training. To be on the lookout for actually looking like a Ken doll down there. I mean, to be fair, neighborhood watch would probably more likely tell you to watch out for that one.
True.
Yeah.
Next from Sid Meier, Blank Tycoon. Next from Sid Meier, blowing a load into an elephant's trunk tycoon. Next from Sid Meier, swallowing tycoon. Oh my god. Like,
We're dirty.
no.
So dirty.
One's just a little bit dirtier.
Secretly, Howling into the Void is in fact broadcast from the nearest public bathroom.
Kids, don't talk to strangers, especially the ones who try to give you blank.
I had to.
Kids, don't talk to strangers, especially the ones who try to give you unicorn and rainbows. Kids, don't talk to strangers, especially the ones who try to give you 3.5 babies. It's the half that gets me.
Yeah.
So it gets a point.
Brace yourselves. Blank is coming. Brace yourselves. The restraining order is coming. Brace yourselves. Spreading peanut butter on your taint and crawling around a dog park is coming. Again, one of these leads to the other.
Yep. I saw rats and I'm like, oh, come on, that's a follow-up. Last night, I crossed blank off my bucket list.
Please actually read this card in the dignity it deserves.
I make no promises. Last night, I crossed cracking open some farm fresh eggs into her vagina off my bucket list. Oh, okay. Last night, I crossed screaming, "You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor" during intercourse off my bucket list. Yeah, I could see myself actually doing that one.
So could I. In full moth gear, actually. Oh. I have to play it. It doesn't even fit this prompt, but I have to play the card.
What do you feel when Faye friend zones you? I'm probably going to dip when we finish this round because
So
I am
am I,
just kind of
probably.
feeling tired.
Whoever
Yeah.
wins, I think we're calling it.
What do you do when Bae friend zones you? An all-day crack binge. What do you do when Bae friend zones you? Kevin Sorbo. Okay, Sorbo would just be funnier to be turned into someone's sex toy, so.
I mean, I just had to play it because it's like we were just talking about Kevin Sorbo.
Like, dear
Yeah.
God, why would you do Kevin Sorbo, period?
How do you feel, Kevin Sorbo? That was the actual question. Was how do you feel? So how does one feel, Kevin Sorbo? I tried blank, and to my surprise, I didn't hate it. I tried a clam jam, and to my surprise, I didn't hate it. I tried getting fat, and to my surprise, I didn't hate it. As someone who is 5'7" and 240 pounds, I can honestly say this one.
Right? It's like, you know, I mean, you get to eat a lot of good food. Will Smith has relaunched himself as the Fresh Prince of Blank.
All of my cards work for this one, but I just want this one. It's the only way he's gonna make a comeback.
Will Smith has relaunched himself as the Fresh Prince of acting like a goddamn adult. Will Smith has relaunched himself as the Fresh Prince of an alternate version of The Matrix where Neo chooses the blue pill and wakes up in bed with Bill Cosby.
Wasn't he actually one of the alternate choices for Neo?
He was the original choice for Neo.
Yeah, so...
And he didn't do The Matrix because he wanted to go and do Wild Wild West.
I want to use her blank as a pillow and sleep this boner off. I want to use her Comcast customer service as a pillow and sleep this boner off. I want to use her bodily fluids as a pillow and sleep this boner off. Yeah, I give it to Caden.
You gave it to Olaf, though.
Oh. Well, I gave it to Comcast.
Having blank in your car triples your chance of being pulled over. Having life-changing orgasms in your car triples your chance of being pulled over. Having a fleshlight full of thumbtacks in your car triples your chance of being pulled over. Why do you always put things that lead to the other thing?
Right? It's like I'm looking at this. I'm like, really? How can we match that well? Though some people think it's shameful or embarrassing, I would never apologize for blank. Though some people think it's shameful or embarrassing, I would never apologize for projectile farting. I would never apologize for being naked under a ghillie suit. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go with the ghillie suit. Projectile farting, just...
If I was an ice cream flavor, I would be blank. Resist the
Into your
urge
lives
to
now.
say pralines and dick. Got it. Got it. It's from Ben and Jerry's. I'm
If I
so
was an ice cream flavor, I would be masturbating to vintage porn featuring your grandparents. If I was an ice cream flavor, I would be Jack the Stripper. Well, I have to.
I am so glad I didn't play a wet dream nightmare after. In a surprise move, Donald Trump recently changed his campaign slogan to "Make blank great again."
Let's see.
Holy shit, this is the closest game we've had so far. In a surprise move, Donald Trump recently changed his campaign slogan to "Make getting charged bank fees for not having enough money in your account great again." In a surprise move, Donald Trump recently changed his campaign slogan to "Make hickory smoked duck vagina great again." He absolutely would have hickory smoked duck pussy. Let's admit it.
Yeah.
You, me, blank, now. I hate the fact that I got that card.
Especially because you have to go against me.
You, me, getting naughty and ordering dessert now.
You, me. Wait. Oh wait. You are.
Yeah.
You're the judge.
Yeah.
Yep.
You, me, using a live squid as a condom now. Nope. Nope.
To be fair, that does look like something I would have typed. Shit, I left blank in the baby.
I apologize for nothing.
Shit, I left dick flavored lube in the baby. Shit, I left the Bible school special needs program in the baby. Okay. We all knew what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize for nothing. As a stripper, I have one rule: no blank. One of you is more qualified to answer this question than the other. One more point, you rascal.
I'm sorry, I thought I picked something.
You're falling asleep, my dude.
Yep.
As a stripper, I have one rule: know what can only be described as a veteran cum rag. As a stripper, I have one rule: no capital punishment. I'm all for capital punishment, thank you.
Olav and I are tied neck and neck with the last point on the line.
To prepare for his role in the movie Labyrinth, David Bowie often spent long periods of time thinking about blank.
Nope, I can play it. It fits Labyrinth.
Yeah, I think if you, sometimes you can double click and it'll like select and then deselect.
Yeah, that's been doing that a lot. Like every time I move my mouse off, it's like, oh, did you click again?
To prepare for his role in the movie Labyrinth, David Bowie often spent long periods of time thinking about a wet dream nightmare. David Bowie often spent long periods of time thinking about tufted ears. I mean, yes?
The fire,
going to
the
give
goblins.
this. Oh wow, we're all tied across the board.
Rascalin's prompt.
Yeah, I am blank. Disabled children, they never say no to blank. This will be the winning hand.
I am going to be ashamed should I win with this card.
Disabled children, they never say no to the suspiciously large oven at Third Reich Pizza. Disabled children, they never say no to selling weed to elementary school students. Yep, here we go.
Oh,
Gaten, you won. Yeah.
All
I
right,
think
everybody.
maybe
With that disturbing notes,
Yeah.
But surprisingly, even though Ras did not win a single game, he scored more points than anybody else.
did he not
got
win a
40
single game?
Nope, he
did
didn't
not.
win. Didn't win a single game, but he got 40 points total.
Well, we do that with Jackhawks all the time. We'll
I
have-
mean,
we didn't
I
win,
think
but we
it-
got the most likes.
yeah, I think that's impressive. Getting the most, you just straight up got the most points of. You just spread them across
Yeah.
too many games.
All right, well, I think we need to let Rascalin do his outro before he falls asleep.
Thank you for that. Tomorrow night, Over the Edge on Community Radio for East Central Illinois, 90.1 FM, WEFT Champaign. Streaming online at new.weft.org/listen at 10 p.m.
All right, go to bed.
Night.
As for me, I don't have an outro right now, so I'm just going to say good night, everybody, and here is Olaf's outro.
Why am I doing the outro last? It's your channel.
Because I'm going to do another good night after you do the outro.
Well, I don't really have an outro to when I'm on somebody else's channel. So, good night.
Everybody go check out Olav if you haven't already. Chances are, if you're over on this channel, you discovered us from his channel in the first place. But if you have not, every Friday night when we are not streaming Howling, we are streaming over on Olav's channel, and we are the Pirates of the Geek Vortex. He also does live streams of games, playthroughs, and he may, in fact, do videos of nerd trivia again. I don't know. Depends on how flamboyant and creative he's feeling that day. Anyways, we're going to sign off and go to bed because I'm pretty sure we are both about to hit the fucking bricks. Good night, everybody.